Speedways, guys, NASCAR made the change because they needed to one-time lap in each round.
Yeah, because we would have had the possibility of drivers wanting to do some drafting here, and we saw how that didn't go so well at Daytona and Talladega. And so I like the idea of what they're doing. It's a hugely important race, and I think getting out there and the drivers having to go earn their spot in the way of having the fastest car and getting the job done is the right way to go here.
NASCAR will take the fastest 12 from the first round, put them into the final round, and they will go for the pole. As we see the first car rolling off, that is former series champion Jeff Green in the 19, getting set to take his laps at Indy. I'd say even for a veteran like Jeff, rolling out onto IMS is fun.
There's no doubt. I don't care how many times you've been here and all the places that you've raced. This is something special. And the one thing I'll point out, you saw him pull straight out onto the racetrack. They're going to be allowed to do that. Unlike whenever we get into the race, they have to use that access road to get on and off the racetrack.
Jeff Green, one of 4 cars entered here this weekend by Mark Smith. The fleet taking to the track here during Xfinity Series qualifying. He's got a number of more motors in the field as well. So see how the first of his cars will do here today.
Yeah, you know, you get up to speed lap here. Since these guys only get 1 lap, this is important. Hit your marks getting in 3. Build up that momentum across the short chute and get off turn 4 as good as you can. If you mess up coming to the green off turn 4, it's messed up your time lap, even though you're not on the clock. And that's what's critical about qualifying in this format with just 1 lap.
Clock starting for Jeff Green, the first of 40 to take the clock this morning actually, for the Xfinity Series. A little bobble there through 1.
XC got the left front down a little too far, and that'll upset the race car. Gets the tires, that actually loses grip right there. Had to get out of the throttle just a minute. There's going to be some drivers running, although in 1 and 3 you're not going to run wide open. You're going to get out of the throttle there, but 2 and 4, they're going to try to make that a wide open exit on those corners.
Diving into turn 3 is Jeff Green. He'll go to the short chute between 3 and 4. Try to line it up again, not clip the bottom if he can help it, but get close. Take the shortest way around the 2.5-mile Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Except
for that one little bobble in 1, his car looked pretty steady and appeared to at least point in the direction he wanted it to.
So Jeff Green clocking in. We'll mention the fact that he was quickest in that first practice session. And Josh Rayom on track already. That is the green flag for his lap. NASCAR will be releasing the cars pretty much in rapid-fire order this afternoon, DJ, and that'll speed this process up.
Yeah, sure will. Once the car is taking the green, as he gets off of turn 2, they're going to release the next car. So those cars will be on the track. No effect from them, no drafting or anything like that. And then they're being instructed, after they take the checkered flag, finish their lap, get down on the bottom of the back straightaway, and then use the access road going into turn 3.
Yeah, and then you talked about the draft earlier, as we see Jeff Green on the apron there. The NASCAR has done a great job of figuring out where they need to send the cars out and when they can send them out so they don't help and pick up a little bit of draft off of Jeff Green going down the backstretch. You want to give him a chance to get out of the way and not give an advantage to the second car out.
Rayom will not be able to best the time of Jeff Green, so current standard of 53.4 from Jeff Green will hold as Josh Rayom gets the checkered flag here at Indy.
It really is. That's why a lot of people have
kept employing him.
Yeah. Got his services to come do that. You mentioned this is a good paying race, Kyle, for these teams. A lot of these people come here to be a part of this race and finish up as high as they can. It really can help make their season and continue on with their season.
And as we look at this group, and as we've started in this qualifying, and we're on the slower end of the practice times, as we watch Joey Gase here, these are the less funded teams. And I won't go so far as to say underfunded, however you want to put it. They just don't have as much money as the Gibbs organizations and to throw at these things. So to come to a place like Indy, to be a part of this race, to be a part of this spectacle, and to be able to make this money takes them to multiple races leading on down the line. The winnings they win here may be worth another race or 2 on their schedule.
Joey Gase cleanly through turn 3 and turn 4. Nice exit of 4. And Gase also just a little bit off the time of Jeff Green as he brings it to the line, but he'll safely put the 52 car in the show and be ready to start later this afternoon on Indianapolis as the next car has already taken to the track. Again, rapid fire qualifying today. 1 lap only. And let's examine again how tough that is, DJ, to just get off of pit road, do your one lap here where you have to be so precise on all four corners.
Yeah, because as Kyle was pointing out, coming to the green is probably the most important thing. So you've really got 5 corners that you really have to hit every time. If you don't hit that fourth turn and get off of there carrying a lot of speed, then you've lost time. You're giving up time. But then to make sure that you're precise in every one of those corners, because all it takes is a little bit of a slip off of one of those corners, and you're going to give up 3, 4, maybe 5 tenths, and then your lap is ruined.
Yeah, it looks like I don't know if the splitter's hidden or it's a little tire smoke as he sets the car to get it down into the corner. And it's like Dale said, you only get one chance. In group qualifying, you can go out and run 2 or 3 times if you want to go. And in the old days, you would go out and at least get 2 laps. So if you overdrove a corner, you could go back the second lap. This is 1 or none.
So for first-timers like Harrison Rhodes here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, nice to have a clean lap, even bouncing off the splitter there. A little bit distracting. So next up is scheduled to be Peyton Sellers in the 97 car. And as he flashes by for his first trip to the Brickyard, talked to his crew chief John Monson this morning. Happy to be here. I think they'll have a good day.
Well, it's always fun to come get experience at this racetrack, and see what you can do and compete with the best. And it's just a thrill to race here.
Yeah, it is. And you know what? I'm thinking about this as I watch some of these guys go out, some of the younger ones, some of the guys who have never been here before. And we had Xfinity practice yesterday. These guys went through inspection and the inspection process last night. So the cars have been set. Now I'm asking you to go out, never having been here, but just yesterday to run some laps as a rookie or as a first-time guy and run the best lap of your life.
Yeah.
And get me in this race and get me to the Brickyard, to that yard of bricks at the end of the race at some point in time. And that's got to be daunting for some of these guys to wake up on a Saturday morning and say, oh my gosh, I'm qualifying at Indianapolis.
11 drivers will be making their first start this afternoon when we get the Xfinity Series race.
Yeah, and I will say this about Timmy Hill. On Twitter and on different places last night, praised that team for putting this car, the Cup car, back together. Apologized for the mistake that he felt like he made. But just that's cool to see a young driver appreciate the work that these guys put into a car.
And if he can make it up for him with a great run in qualifying on the Xfinity side, why not? Timmy Hill currently fastest as we continue through Xfinity Series qualifying. From the Brickyard, Landon Castle on track and tracking well.
Landon has some great runs in this car. I mean, when you look at qualifying, when you step back and you look at, even on the Cup side, you'll look at it and you'll say, my gosh, look what he did with that car. Look where he put that car against some of the faster cars in the field. Does a solid job week in, week out. Incredibly smooth driver. This is his kind of place to just hit his marks and make it work.
Hits all his marks through the corners, and coming to the checkered flag, Landon Castle will qualify the 0-1 car in for Johnny Davis, and it will be at the top.
Package might play out during the race. Do you have an idea and maybe preview for the fans what we'll see this afternoon?
Yeah, the Xfinity Series followed suit with the rules changes and got a little bit more blade, a little bit more bumper extension. Honestly, we haven't gone out in a big enough group. We went out with our team cars yesterday in practice, and didn't seem to get a whole lot of change yet. But we were pretty spread out, so I'm sure you put 40 of us out here at once and put us on a big pack. It's sure to make some kind of change.
Dave, I think that's the theme of the weekend. We don't know what's going to happen. We're all going to find out together when the green flag falls. But one thing we know, it's going to be fun to watch.
It will be, Marty. Thanks. And Chris Buescher just trying to maintain or extend his championship lead this afternoon. By the way, you notice our ticker down on the right-hand side there has now compared the cars on track to 12th best as we're looking at getting the top 12 into the second round of qualifying here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
Yeah, and as I want to say something to Chris Buescher, listen to what he said. My gosh, he's brave. He's brave. And then you'd hear somebody and you'd go, he's stupid. I don't know why he went that deep. You know what I mean? And then you would hear Jeff Gordon or somebody go by and they'd let off way back up. And you'd look at the times and they were 15, 2 tenths, 3 tenths quicker. And it's like, okay, I got it. But you could talk yourself into overdriving that first corner because the adrenaline being pumped up.
I'll tell you a quick story. I purposely, when we would stand out on the grid, would look back up the straightaway towards turn 4 just to look at the cars. I would not look down as to where they were letting off or want to listen or to try to figure out what they were doing or what their car may do, because I didn't want that in my mind. I knew what I was capable of doing with my race car, and that's where I was going to go regardless of what somebody else did. So you can talk yourself, get yourself in big trouble.
Big trouble. Big trouble.
People wonder how mental it is to drive one of these cars. You've got to think through all those things, right? Ryan Sieg is on track now in the 39, finishing up his lap.
Had a solid qualifying run last week. Really good. Really impressive against the field last week.
Third best at the moment, currently in the top